Howdy folks, Art Master 2002 in the house, and welcome back to another video where I am going to be reviewing Space Bastards. That's by Robertson, Peterson, Aubrey, and Bisley, as you can see right here. So, when I look at this book, I see it's been taking a lot of years and hard work and dedication and craftsmanship that went into this graphic novel. This book is pretty amazing. Look at the detail and capture into this. This one's taken years to develop, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, let's begin, shall we? So, we begin the story right here, where Dave Proton, the main protagonist of the story, is laid off from his job, and due to budget cuts, he has to find a new job. So Dave's without a job until he comes across this ad on TV telling him to join the Intergalactic Postal Service, where he can receive 30,000 bonus credits, which is right here, as you can see, because he's watching TV, he's a bum, he's a wreck, he lost his job until he comes across TV, and then he finds the ad of the Intergalactic Postal Service telling him that he can be the man. He can deliver packages across the galaxy, which is really interesting. So he takes the opportunity, he seizes the opportunity, I should say, and off he goes, where he goes into the building and he's given a liability form to fill out, as you can see right here. You can see a little detail of the intergalactic, well, not exactly intergalactic, but more like the space creatures in the universe. And here we're introduced to Roy Sharpton, who's like the corrupted businessman of the story, and he's like telling everybody that if you join the Intergalactic Postal Service, the benefits are that you get a lot of credits for it and you become rich and stuff, but that goes literally all down the toilet. It goes awry when one of the presenters tells Roy Sharpton that he almost lost his life while making a delivery, and that caused everybody to leave, except for David, which is, as you can see, he's like the only one here, because everyone left because they realize it's dangerous. But David, he's the only one staying, so he's given a signing bracelet by this Native American chief right here. Yeah, so here we're introduced to another character called Manny Corns, and he's telling him how the bracelets work. This big guy right here with the mustache. So, yeah, so Manny tells David that working in the IPS is no simple task. The job is to pick up a package, deliver it to where it needs to go, and that the signing bracelet records the fingerprint signature of the sender and receiver. And their bracelets tell them the initial value of each delivery based on package's weight and distance it needs to travel. And if you look right here, this is the ship they go in, which is really cool, as you can see right here. Yeah, that's the ship they go in. And he's telling them that their bracelets will tell them the initial value of each delivery based on the package's weight and distance it needs to travel. But, so as you can see right here, they're climbing onto the ship. They're getting ready to blast off. And yet the thing is, the bracelet, every time that package changes hands and you hear parcel transferred, it means the customer is charged a fee. And whew, off they go, delivering the package, and during the delivery, they fight for their lives. They fight for their lives and encounter lots of crooks, thugs, etc., etc. And as you can see, there's a lot of gore and violence throughout the beginning of the story. And yet, because David Proton, of course, he's not very used to it. He's used to accounting, which is his original first job. And As you can see right here, David gets literally stabbed in the shoulder by this psycho robot, and that's when the fight is over, David's all like, "Help! I'm hurt. I need help." But unfortunately, Manny disses him and doesn't care about anyone but himself. This shows that Mannycorn can be very callous and very selfish towards his coworkers, and like he's not a good guy to be around at all. I mean, sure he looks like a badass, but that doesn't excuse him for being a lousy friend. So he's all like, "You take care of this yourself." He only cares about the package more than his friends, and he only wants to get credit, which is right here. He just wants to earn credit. He wants to be the man. So, Davey decides to bite the bullet and continue the mission with Mannycorns. And like throughout the space ride, Davey is like really in pain. You can tell by how the artist is like how the artist is able to capture the expressive pain he's going through, and literally he's trying everything to out scream or agony. He's like trying to pull out the knife that's lodged in his back, and finally you can literally see the pain and detail of him finally pulling out the knife, and you can see the excruciating pain he's going through right here in this panel right here, as you can see. So he goes into some sort of back of the ship to like have a little smoke break, because that's how it is. There's a lot of smoking in this. If you guys are interested, of course. I'm sure you are. Yeah, you are. And like, as when they arrive to another planet, Davey tricks Manny by luring him into an alleyway and using one of his weapons against him. Which is like right here, as you can see. He throws out an object, biting Mannycorn's leg, and you realize he's been tricked. And this shows that Davey is very cunning, brave, and uses quick thinking to outsmart the bad guys. Which is like right here, as you can see, the little cockeyed smirk. You can see his eyes like saying, I don't know what he's saying, what he could be saying is that he could be saying something cool like, "Yep, I just did that, deal with it." And so throughout the rest of the mission, he's outsmarting every single bad guy who's trying to get his hands on the package, and he's like not having it. He's literally outsmarting them one by one. He's very crafty that way. As you can see, a lot more bad guys are wanting to get their hands on the package, and they're all like, they want it for themselves. They're trying to hinder his performance, as you can see. And throughout the story, David Proton and like as you can see throughout the rest of the story, Manny and Dave Proton, they're at each other's necks, fighting for their lives, outwitting each other, trying to earn credit because it's every man for himself. So like the way I see it, the idea of space bastards, the idea of foolhardy postal workers fighting for their lives throughout the galaxy, delivering packages throughout the galaxy, is like somewhat similar to the idea of Futurama, because it involves postal workers fighting for their lives, delivering packages across the galaxy, except in Futurama, it's not every man for himself. It's kind of like a team effort. So throughout the rest of the story of Space Bastards, it involves financial business. It involves, wait, hold on. It involves lots of things that you may enjoy. Like, for example, it involves hookers, and it involves a lot of sci-fi action, and contains alcohol, and yet there's a lot of violence and mayhem.